All right, guys, we got another little car chat here for you. I'm back in the charging station. This is probably several months after my first car chats with you guys. I wanted to give you an update on what's going on. There are still videos that are uploading. I believe I'm uploading about one video per week. And they're just, topics that have come up. Some things have to do with my life, things that are going on at the moment. I'll be posting some kind of like semi reviews of some clinics, like stem cell clinics, things like that. So there are videos scheduled once a week, I believe on Tuesday, for the next few months. But there have been other things going on. I did talk about, traveling for medical care, and then the housing situation. So I'll probably be posting updates here and there. But I wanted to tell you guys that I actually did, I did go to Mexico for medical treatment. I will be posting a review of that clinic eventually. I'm going to wait about a month. I've been back for about 2 weeks. I'm going to wait about a month until, after a month post treatment, I guess, just to kind of let my body settle down. But I just want to say that things did not go great. Sorry, I'm in a parking garage, so people are probably like looking at me like, why is she talking to herself? But I don't want to say that things went horribly. Things didn't go badly or as bad as, the exosomes treatment, but things did not go well. I'm not better. I think it helped. Some of the treatments helped to bring down inflammation, but I wouldn't say that I am better. I'm still having a lot of issues, a lot of the same issues, still have the neurological issues, still having digestive issues. If you guys remember, I did do, I think, some videos at a charging station at a park, and I was going through a really, really bad flare-up after some antibiotics. I'm still dealing with the aftermath of that. I want to say I'm a little bit better, or that the symptoms have sort of evolved, but I am still very much not doing well. So one of the things that the doctors in Mexico, as well as probably 3 or 4 other doctors here in the US, had recommended was to get a colonoscopy. So I'm in the process of getting to a gastroenterologist so I could get that colonoscopy, because I've already been told several times. I think it's time for me to bite the bullet and just do it. So I'm in the process of doing that. It's going to take a while. Everything takes forever. I had scheduled an appointment with a neuro-ophthalmologist. It was going to be this Thursday. I think I'm just going to cancel. My light sensitivity seems to have come back down to baseline, although I have noticed with a lot of the gastrointestinal issues that it does tend to fluctuate, as well as with a lot of the treatments that I did in Mexico. So I kind of want to touch on that a little bit. I did go to Mexico. I was gone for about a month. So you guys have been seeing other videos that I had pre-recorded and that we're posting while I was out there. I did film some videos while I was out there, so you'll be seeing those coming, up, or they might go up before this one. I don't know when I'm going to post this. I've been pretty disorganized with my posting schedule because I've been, out and about. But I was in Mexico for about a month. I went to a clinic. Like I said, I will be reviewing the clinic, so I'm not going to name the clinic in this video. And I got a variety of different treatments. I did not get stem cells or exosomes. Obviously, they did ask me about that and what had happened with that. And I think based on my response, they were just like, yeah, no, like we're not gonna do that. So once I saw the treatment protocol, I knew that basically it was not going to do much, but they were treatments, some of the treatments I had not done before. So I was like, why not? Let's just try it. I'm going to do separate videos for each treatment, and I'm going to add those to my treatment playlist. That way I can tell you guys how it went, how I felt with the treatment, if it helped. So I did do plasmapheresis. I did 10-pass ozone. I did, infrared saunas, those ionizing foot baths that are supposed to detox you, but there's a lot of controversy. A lot of people say that they're a scam. I did do a few of those. I did vitamin IVs. So that was really interesting. I did NAD, which is very popular right now here in the United States. I did colonics. I did a couple of colonics, and those were also interesting as well. So I will do separate videos for each type of treatment. I will, do a video like kind of evaluating or maybe reviewing the treatment and letting you guys know what to expect if you decide to do that treatment, and I'll let you guys know whether it helped or not. At this point, if you're going to see this video before any of those videos are posted, so you know that the treatments did not fix anything, they did not cure anything. Did some things improve? Some minor things did improve. So, I'll let you guys know what did improve, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pinpoint exactly what helped a specific issue. I just think my immune system did get a little bit of a boost, and I was able to clear an infection that I had been battling since the first course of the antibiotics that I did back in February. So, it was really, it was an experience. I don't want to say that it was a waste of time. I don't want to say that it was a waste of money either. It was an experience, and the good thing was that I got to try all of these therapies in one place, and I also stayed in an apartment that was literally right above the clinic. So that was really nice. I didn't have to walk very far. I just had to go down a few flights of stairs to get to the clinic. So, it was pretty convenient, and it was fine. Everybody was nice. But I did notice, well, I don't want to talk specifically about things that happened at the clinic because that's going to be in my review. But it wasn't a horrible experience. I felt like I could have done a lot of that here. There were a lot of treatments that I had tried here. For example, infrared saunas I had done here. And there was something called like quantum biofeedback, which is very similar or has a similar basis as NAET acupuncture. So I'll kind of be talking about that as well. I think I've reviewed NAET on my channel. It should be in my treatments playlist if you guys want to know what that is. The specific type of acupuncture for like allergies and food sensitivities and things like that. But I don't regret it. I got to kind of take a vacation. As you guys know, I mentioned this in one of my previous, parking garage videos, that my sister and her husband are living with us. They're still living with us. So there's 5 of us, 5 of us in the house, plus the dog. And it was kind of getting to me when I left, and I left mid-June. So I was gone from mid-June to mid-July. And so it was kind of getting to me already. And they had just moved in mid-April. So it had been April, May. So it had only been like 2 months. And I was already kind of like tired of it. And so at least I got a month to, oops, sorry about that. At least I got a month to myself. I don't have this thing anchored in place very well because I moved it from its original spot. So it was nice to sort of get away. The other thing that was probably beneficial about this trip is that it kind of gave me a taste of what it would be like to live by myself. Right now, I am in the process. I think I might have told you guys that I was looking for housing. I did get called. I did get a call back for a brand new housing complex here in Los Angeles. And I went through the whole application process. All this stuff happened literally within like a week and a half before my trip. So, and there's something else going on as well that I'm refraining from talking about it on my channel because there might be legal implications. So I had a lot of stuff going on in the 2 weeks, week and a half before I left for Mexico. I got the phone call from this apartment complex, probably like 2 weeks before I left. And they were like, we're starting the interviews, the application process, all of that. So, when do you want an appointment? And I was like, as soon as possible. Fortunately, the office or the location where they were doing the interviews is like right down the street. I think it was like 10 minutes from me. The apartment complex is not 10 minutes away from me. That's why I was surprised that it was so close by. So I was like, let's do this interview. Let's do it. Let's get it done and over with. And I thought it was going to be a very quick process. It was like 3 hours. I was under lights that, and then my light sensitivity was bad. Like it was absolute torture. I was really sick from my stomach, just having a lot of issues. And so, but I was like, it needs to get done. Like I need to get it done now. So it was a crazy week because I didn't go prepared properly because they didn't tell me, the person that called me didn't tell me exactly what I needed for this interview. So that whole week I was like running around. I had to get, checks. I actually gave a deposit. So I'm assuming that they are holding my spot. I have not gotten a call saying like, you didn't get the apartment. I mean, I gave them a deposit. So I'm assuming that deposit is holding everything. So that was like 2 months ago. That was at the beginning of June, somewhere around the beginning of June. And when they started the interview process, and it's like 90 apartments, so they have to interview every resident over 18. So you're looking at probably over 100, or maybe close to 100 applicants. Or applications that they have to process. So I understand that it's a very lengthy process. I believe residents are due to start moving in August. Right now it is the end of July while I'm filming this. I still haven't, I did get a call right before I came back from my trip. They said, we're going to move forward. Your application is complete. We're going to move forward with the background check and the credit check. And I think they told me, like, if you don't hear back from us, then you should be fine, or just let us know when you're back from your trip or whatever. I haven't heard anything from them. I've called. I've tried to get some kind of answer. I actually went to the apartment complex, and the security there basically told me, he says it's still kind of like under construction. I guess they're doing like some of the finishing stuff. And he said residents are due to move in August. So I don't think I'm going to be hearing back anything concrete until August. But they do still have my deposit. And I know that if I don't get the apartment, they told me they would refund me the deposit. So I don't have a definitive, yes, you're moving in. I did tell them what apartment I wanted. They asked me, which one do you want? Or like, because they have studios, 1 bedrooms that I had qualified for. And so I told them I wanted a studio. So I'm assuming they're holding a studio for me at this point. But again, I don't have that concrete. So this trip to Mexico was kind of a good preview because I was actually living in a studio apartment for the month and mostly taking care of myself. It was a struggle. It was hard. Here in the US, I will have assistance, but in Mexico, I basically had to do everything by myself. So I was hauling like gallons of water up 3 flights of stairs. I'm amazed at the fact that I was so sick and was able to, bring water up 3 flights of stairs. A lot of walking that I did because I had no transportation, but I was within walking distance of, some tourist sites. And it was hard, but I was alone. And I did feel a little homesick kind of when I realized that the treatments were not going to like fix everything. I did feel a little bit homesick and I was like, I just want to go home. Like this is, I didn't want to say it was a waste of time, but I was just kind of upset because I knew that we weren't going to fix anything. Sorry, somebody just drove in with their music very loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But, I'm glad that I stuck it out. I did come back a day early because they offered me an earlier flight. But I don't know. I'm glad that I did it. I'm glad that I was away for a while because I feel like I would be going crazy at this point had I been home this entire time. Because everybody's at home and God, that music is so loud. Everybody's at home right now. It's just, I don't want to say it's a madhouse. It's just, I feel like there's no privacy. I feel like there's just a lot of, I don't know, there's just a lot of people and everybody's just at home. Nobody's like going anywhere. Like my sister and her husband will go out on the weekends maybe, but everybody's at home. My sister works from home. Her husband's not working right now. You know, my parents are not working. I'm not working. We're all at home. So it's just a lot. And the dog, and there's, you know, a lot of dog hair. I'm becoming a little bit concerned because, you know, while I was in Mexico, and I'll detail this in the other videos, I did, because of some of the treatments, I started having reactions to them. So, you know, my immune system, my body did react in some way. And so I developed like a contact dermatitis on my mouth. You know, some of my eczema flared up, some of my eczema went away. And so I do get a little bit worried because their dog sheds a lot of hair. Their dog drools everywhere. You know, I am a little concerned that I'm going to start reacting to something. And I don't want to start reacting to environmental stuff. I mean, I know I have issues with scents and, you know, smoke and stuff like that. But the last thing I need is to start reacting to dog hair. I don't have a dog. As you guys know, I put my dog down in April. But I mean, in the future, I might want a dog, so I don't want to start reacting. And it's like everywhere. It's all over the place. Like we can't avoid it. It gets in my room because I track it into my room. So I don't know. It's not something that we're used to. Our little dog was always shaved. She was always clean, so we didn't really have to worry so much about dog hair. But anyways, I'm kind of going off on a tangent. It's just uncomfortable. I don't know. I'm just uncomfortable with, you know, everybody being there. The air conditioning situation, that's another problem. Our air conditioning is not that great. My sister and her husband bought a small air conditioning unit for their own room because my sister is very heat intolerant and she's pregnant. So I understand that, but now it's almost like I don't have an excuse to turn on the AC, and my parents will avoid turning it on at all costs. And it's not cooling the house very well. So I've just been, as you can see, I am glistening right now. I'm in a parking garage. But I've been kind of just, you know, suffering. And to be honest, I went to Mexico. I went to Puerto Vallarta, which is very hot, very humid. I was fine over there. I wouldn't even turn on the AC hardly at all during the day in the apartment because the way that these apartments are constructed are to stay cool. They're constructed with like marble flooring, high ceilings. They stay cool. And when you turn on the AC, it gets really cold in there. I don't know. I just didn't feel as hot over there as I did when I got back. It's been as hot here as it is over there. So it's just that too, that sort of desperation to get away from the heat. And this apartment complex is actually by the beach. It's by the ocean. So when I drove over there to look at the apartment complex, or just to look at the location, I wasn't able to go in. The weather is amazing. It is incredible. I mean, it's perfect weather right now. So I think the heat has also gotten to me a lot. I thought that I was going to suffer a lot when I went to Mexico. I didn't. I actually felt a lot more comfortable over there. Even when you're out in the heat, you're sweating so much. And when you sweat, you cool down. So there were days, you know, a couple of days where I would venture out and I was just outside and I was walking. I had to make sure that I was drinking water, but I was like sweating the whole time. And I just didn't feel as suffocated or as desperate to get away from the heat as I do here. So that's another thing, you know, it is scary, and I will talk about this more in detail in another video. It is scary to think that I'm going to be leaving for good, that I'm going to be moving out on my own, and that comes with its own fears and its own risks. But given the situation right now at the moment, I am just tired of just being surrounded by people, tired of not being able to just kind of there are a lot of things, and like I said, I need to make a separate video to sort of discuss some of the things that living with other people, and you guys know that there are a lot of issues at home, but I'm starting to look at the bigger picture, and there's a lot of other stuff. Just, I feel suffocated in so many ways, not just with being around other people. Sorry, loud motorcycles. I have my windows down because obviously it's like a whole group of motorcycles. I have my windows down because it is hot out here in Southern California, where we've been having 95, 98 degrees. It's supposed to be like in the 90s. It's actually been pretty humid out here as well. And so I have to keep my windows down. But this situation is suffocating in a lot of different ways. And, I have a lot of things going on right now. And because I live with them, they kind of know what's going on in my life. Like this trip, they had to know that I was going. I couldn't just go and not tell them. So they are aware that I spent a lot of money. I didn't tell them exactly how much, but they are aware that I spent money. They're aware of the other things that have happened with my doctor. So a lot of it is just being able to live my own life on my own terms and not to have them constantly know everything that is happening in my life, because it seems like that, not only that, but having other people in the house, it seems to be aggravating everyone. But instead of confronting the issue with the people at fault, the anger comes out at me because I'm the most vulnerable and I'm not going to fight back. So I've been getting sort of the short end of the stick. I've been having to deal with temper tantrums, rage, anger. And at the end of it, it's like, you guys need to solve your own problem. I'm not here to be your punching bag when you made this decision to have more people in our house. So that's going to be a deeper discussion for another video. But I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. That way you guys were aware of I don't want to say my absence, or why my videos are kind of out of order, or some of them are really old. You'll be seeing some of the videos that I shot in Mexico. I'll be in a studio apartment, but it's not going to be the apartment that it's not here in California. It's actually in Mexico. So that's not the apartment that I'm talking about today. So I just wanted to kind of catch you guys up on this whole situation and what's been going on. There are other things going on. Like I said, I don't think I should discuss them right now because they're ongoing, and it's probably going to be a long time before those issues are resolved. So just wanted to fill you guys in, let you guys know where I'm at and what's happening. And yeah, there will be a video once a week. I think I've scheduled videos through October, but if I have more time, if I have privacy to make more videos, I will upload more videos, probably on the Thursday when I would usually have another video. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.